So it's late on a Friday afternoon, and I'm here with Representative Scott Sandel, and I'm Jeremy Peterson, or at least I'm confused often with Jeremy Peterson. I'm actually Representative Fossen, and this is Tim Hawks, and we're two members of the Balding White Guy Caucus here on Capitol Hill.
Routinely confused with each other.
All the time. There are probably 10 of us in the caucus, right?
Yes.
So we're going to talk about a couple of issues, talk about some of the things that are upcoming, and just give you some insights into things that happen here on the Hill. So the first issue, Tim, what is it?
Yeah, I'm very serious about this issue, so I thought we'd use a pantomime to introduce it. So you viewers, pay close attention, see if you can figure this out in advance. We'll pause, and you can try. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Any guesses? Intern?
Bear's ears?
Yes!
Yes!
Bear's ears.
Bear's ears.
Not to be confused with ears bears.
Ears bears.
So the Speaker actually ran this bill. And
Big deal.
Which was a big deal. He never runs legislation. He always votes last, so he doesn't sway our opinions. But he ran this bill, and it is kind of a liberal conservative argument, right?
Yeah, totally down to really if you think the president should have the authority to wield that kind of power. Congress gave him that, but the problem is with the stroke of a pen he set aside over 1 million acres in the southeast portion of the state, and a lot of the locals are really concerned about that because they think it's going to really limit the ability of them to make a living and their children and grandchildren after them.
And a lot of us see it as an abuse of the Antiquities Act.
Yeah.
There was original intent in the Antiquities Act. This is far outside of that. We're protecting skunks and starry skies.
And I should say, I mean, I'm a huge natural resource guy. I love to see these resources and these landscapes protected. But I think there's a good process to get there versus the president just unilaterally designating with the stroke of a pen and throwing a picture of Arches National Park up there to say, hey, here's your new monument.
Right. Moving on to more of a conservative on conservative issue.
Oh, yeah.
Article 5, which is our...
I think we just lost everybody. I think everybody in the Senate just went to sleep the minute you said Article 5.
That's not uncommon. So Article 5 is our CON, or Convention of States resolution.
Provision of the Constitution says that the states can actually call a convention to propose amendments to the Constitution. It's never been used before in our nation's history. And some people are completely freaked out about it. And so we got blitzed with emails, phone calls, you name it on this issue.
Yeah, so we actually moved it up on the calendar so that we could deal with it. And it passed today, passed the House. But, you know, a lot of conservatives see this, or the ultra-conservatives see this as potentially a Constitution destroys the Constitution type of issue. So
yeah, I got an email on this one last time. It said, trust the Constitution, not Article 5. Which, for some of us,
is in the Constitution. All right. So that passed. It's on to the Senate side. Let's talk about some of the process that we use. So we're in 2 weeks now. We just finished our second week, and we've passed probably 25 bills.
And as we sat down, we couldn't remember most of what we passed. And why is that, Representative?
Well, it's because most of the bills that we deal with early in the session are consensus bills. There are things that, you know, the most liberal and the most conservative members of the House can agree on.
Yeah, 5 words here and there.
Right.
No controversy, on it goes.
Small changes, technical changes. So the next thing we have is our intern question. Was there anything else we want to talk about?
No, thank you.
So,
intern
question of the week. What do interns talk about in 10 seconds or less?
We like to joke about feuds between legislators and their interactions because it's always funny to see who fights with who and who pals around with everyone else.
That's funny because we joke about the same thing.
Yeah, and when I own Representative Hawks, then you've got like intern cred. Right?
Exactly.
Cool. No impressions though that happen.
Not yet.
Okay. All right, I'm sure you
We
guys
look forward
will
to
get that. Yeah, when we get punchier later in the session, I'm sure it'll come. Senate versus House. Maybe a
House of Lords.
Senate versus House.
Versus interesting people. House of Lords, interesting people. I mean, just go. Honestly, go. Somebody, please come see. Go watch the Senate. Go watch the House.
Yeah.
Come home. Say which do I like better.
Try to stay awake during the Senate.
Try to stay awake.
So
it's a library.
there were some benefits being in the Senate this last couple of weeks. I know they had Kurt Bester in there. He didn't come and sing to us, Kurt.
No.
I'm looking for you to come visit the house sometime. Candy Bomber today, real popular guy here in Utah and frankly across the nation. And the benefit, they have to wear jackets and everything. They do have the benefit of nap time.
Nap time.
So
what's not to like about nap time?
yeah, it's great. I mean, that's really why I think a lot of the House members run for the Senate ultimately.
From lack of sleep. Let's just be clear. That's their justification. That's the
It's
motivation.
the aging thing, and so I think that about wraps it up. We are open to questions. We want to answer your questions. We'll read constituent emails, and that's it. Follow us.
Yeah,
on
subscribe
Facebook,
to our
subscribe.
exciting YouTube channel with all its massive library of epic videos, and like and share.
Because you care.